Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tasia, but you can also call me Tay, and welcome in. I'm so excited to have you here. It's day 19 on Sprout, my no terraforming farm core island that I am building in 30 days. Clearly it's been more than 30 days since I started this series, but at this point I'm kind of just posting 30 different videos showing you guys the builds and progress I'm making on this island. So yeah, before we get into everything though, I would greatly appreciate if you guys could like and subscribe. I would love to have you guys join this community that we are building here. Now let's get into today's build. So this is the area that we are going to be building in today, and it's kind of a small area but also just a little oddly shaped, which is something that I was struggling a lot with as I was making this build. I ended up changing a lot throughout the building process, but pretty much today we're going to be building in these 3 different locations: this area across the river, the area in front of the river, and then the area behind my barn that I made in my previous video. So I kind of wanted to start out on this back section because it will be an area that you'll see coming up from the incline, and I thought it would be really cute to add in a chicken coop somewhere on the island, and I thought this is a pretty good location. I didn't really want to make it very big. Just something really simple. So I started off with using the retro transportation stops and the simple panel there in the back with the chicken code that I found, which is so cute. I've seen a lot of people use this code for chicken coops. But yeah, I just wanted to make this a little bit my own. I wanted to make it a little different and unique, a little bit more than a few simple panels and items. So I did kind of look up images of chicken coops for inspo. Sometimes I really enjoy doing that to get some inspo and to really figure out how I want to frame out a build. So I just took a little bit of inspo from real life and kind of formulated this mini building here. And I also used those 2 items. I genuinely forget the name of them, but they kind of look like a little basket of eggs, and I just thought it was so cute. And I also wanted to use the rooster zodiac figures. They're just adorable, they're perfect, they fit into the build. I used 1 or 2 of them down in my barn build, and I just thought it was absolutely necessary to include them here as well. So now I'm going to start decorating around the chicken coop itself, and this is kind of a little random shape of land here from my path and the river, and I thought it was just best to fill it up with a code and a pile of leaves, and I also wanted to throw in that hay bed there just to make it a little more farm core looking, and I think it's looking so cute. And then I come over to this little corner on the side of the chicken coop to fill it in with a barrel, a wheat field, and then I'm also going to put in some flowers as well. But I just thought this little build was so adorable. I really like how it came out. I genuinely wasn't sure what I was going to put in that section prior to this build, but I think it fits the area very well. It's also just down the road from where Ava is, so you know, it kind of just makes sense. I really like it. But now that that's done, we're going to move on to this area over here, and this is where I'm going to put Able Sisters. For the longest time, I really wasn't sure where I wanted to put Able Sisters, because it's a farm core island. I thought it didn't really fit the theme that well, but I feel like I managed to make it fit in quite well over here, especially since part of the building is red, and I also have this barn right in this area as well. I feel like all the red just looks really good together in this section, so I thought it would be best to keep it close to my barn build. And also just this area turned out to be the perfect spot for it. It just fits in perfectly in that little corner back there where I'm building out this road. But honestly, this whole layout is where I really struggled with the build. But you'll see as I progress in building this. Here I'm just laying out where I'm going to put the building, so I just wanted to lay that out so I would have a good visual as I continue building the rest of this area. And here's when I start laying down all of my flowers. So my original idea for Able Sisters was to kind of put it in front of a big flower field, but because I did use a lot of roads in this area, it didn't really turn out that way as much, and I do kind of change around the flowers just a little bit. I did want to go with the white mums and the white cosmos. I just think they're really pretty together, and I haven't really used the white mums throughout my island, so I just thought these 2 flowers were a really good combo here. And also I wanted to start adding in a few little elements that reminded me of farm core, so I put in a few wheat sprouts around, and I don't know, just trying to decorate the road so that it fits in with the rest of my island. And this is when I start putting in some more items. I decided to go with the clotheslines. I feel like you can't go wrong with these items when decorating outside of Able Sisters. And I wanted to use two different patterns, but I also wanted to keep them in that gingham style, just because that's probably the most farmcore I could make the clotheslines, is to have gingham styled clothes hanging and drying. And I thought it'd be so cute to make this area a mix of a flower field and a mix of a sheep grazing meadow. So I put a lot of the Aries rocking chairs around to act as sheep grazing amongst this flower field. And I love this. I love it so much. It fits farmcore so well. It also is very much cottagecore, and I just think it turns out so cute. Again, as I mentioned, I do change up the road just a little bit so I can get that more flower field kind of feeling. But for now, I think the foundation of this is really cute. So I just continue to build, add in a lot of greenery and just a few little elements. But then I decided to come down here and start decorating this first level area on the ground. You can kind of see it from the flower field area, so I wanted to make sure I decorated it. And because it's so small, I wasn't really sure what to do with it, but I eventually came to the idea of making it a pig pen. I did already make a pig pen somewhere else on the island, and it was much bigger, but here's just supposed to be a little filler area. And since it's farmcore, I feel like you can't go wrong with another area that's filled with farm animals. So yeah, I just thought it was really cute to have a little area of pigs and then the sheep on top of the cliff over there. It was just like the perfect combo. So I just decided to put down a lot of the dark dirt and then sprinkle around a few of the mud coats that I have and start to put in all of my little piggy banks to act as the pigs. I didn't think I'd be able to fit this in here, but it turned out quite nice, and I got to use that coral fencing, which is a fence I haven't really used anywhere throughout the island, so it was kind of fun to use it here. I also use it later in the build in a different spot. I feel like it definitely looks very farm-like, so I would love to use it a little bit more throughout the island. There honestly isn't that much more land for me to work on for this island. This is probably the second to last big area of land that I need to decorate. So after this, it's pretty much just one more area around Pappy's house and also around Ava's house, and then I just have to do all the beaches and villager houses and this island will be done. So I'm super excited. Everything's coming together so well. I'm super happy with this. I'm still having so much fun working on this island, but I am really excited to move on to something different. I'm just starting to get that feeling now. Once I reach like the end of an island, I start to want to do something very different. So yeah, I have a lot of island themes in mind that I could do next. I just have no idea what I want to do specifically because all of my ideas just sound really fun to do at the moment. I guess I'll have to figure that out really soon because we're almost done with this island, and it's just really been a journey. I've had a lot of fun with this. I'm really glad that a lot of you have been enjoying this series, so it just really makes me happy that I'm also doing something that makes me happy, and then you guys are also gaining inspo and having fun watching it as well. So yeah, just thanks everyone for watching this series. For those of you who have kept up with it over the course of the past 5 months, just thank you so much. I really appreciate it. But getting back into this build here, I kind of went on a little tangent. Here I finally put in Able Sisters. I added in a few little decor areas as well, but this is when I start to really struggle with this build. First of all, Able Sisters was just a little bit off center from where I put the fencing and in line with the road. And it's really hard to put down things right in front of a building because you only have so much space, and I wasn't sure what to do with it, but I kind of just kick away a lot of codes, I rearrange a lot of things, and at one point I had to just come back to this area because it just wasn't turning out quite as I hoped, and I wasn't really sure what the problem was. So, you know, it's kind of cute, it's starting out right, but I do eventually realize it's that dirt road that I need to change out and kind of rearrange. But for now, I move on to this little area over here, and I just kind of settled on the idea of a picnic, and I wanted to surround this picnic blanket with some wheat field. So I kind of go back and forth between this area because I didn't have enough wheat field at the time. But that was the general idea for that. And I was just really trying to figure out what was wrong, what I wanted to put in here. I really did like the kimono stand there just because it added to the whole gingham thing that I had going on. Eventually I do take out that as well. And here I was trying to figure out what kind of fencing I should put in front of this river. I tried the white vertical board fencing, but it was just a little bit too tall. And I also tried this country fencing, which is also very farmcore, but I didn't end up liking that one either because it was just a little too short. And then I tried that barbed wire and I didn't really like the look of that either, but I settled on the coral fencing. I think that's the name of this fencing. It just really tied into that pig pen that I did down in the corner, and then it also did look very good in that section. And this is when I start kind of changing up the road again. I decide to get rid of the horizontal road, and I wanted to extend the cobblestone road up to Able Sisters. I feel like that was the best, and I did end up doing this a little bit off screen because it took me a minute. So I time traveled and redid everything, and this is what it turned out looking like. I did push the clotheslines closer to Able Sisters. I just think they look a little bit better over there. I also recustomized my tank to a white version with a cow design that says milk. I thought that was pretty cute. And I also added in a tree next to Able Sisters because I felt that area was missing a little bit of height. But that was finished, and I move on to the wheat fields over here because I was able to order some more. And this area is also a section that I'm still not 100% sure if I like, just because the cliff is just so oddly shaped that I wasn't able to make it a perfect rectangle of wheat field. So it's a little off center, a little wonky looking on the edges. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'm really sticking to the whole no terraforming thing, so I'm really just trying to work with what I have and try to really make everything fit together well. So that's kind of how the wheat field turned out. It could be better, but you know what? It is what it is. And I started decorating this little picnic area. I thought it'd be kind of cute to make it a little bit romantic. I don't know, I just really like this color scheme going on here. So I put in a few of the muffins or cupcakes, I'm not really sure which ones they are, and I put in a pile of Zen cushions and then a regular cushion and a planted mum right there. So yeah, it's just a little cute. Maybe someone's going on a little date here amongst the wheat field on that blanket. But that is essentially all of the build today. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm just gonna do a little walkthrough around the area. And this is Able Sisters and the pig pen with my flower field. Also, I forgot to mention I did sprinkle in a few pink flowers just to add a little bit more color. And I do really like this end product. It's probably not my favorite area on the island, but it definitely is meant to be. I feel like this is probably the best location that Able Sisters could have been in. And once again, there is my chicken coop across the river. I thought that turned out really cute as well. I do really like that. But yeah, that's all for today's build. So thank you everyone so much for watching. I truly hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, definitely consider giving this video a thumbs up, and also subscribe if you haven't already, and you would like to follow along with the rest of Sprout. I'm so excited to be posting once again. I am officially on summer break, so expect videos to be a little bit more frequent and new content coming once we finish this island, which is going to come up really soon. So once again, thank you everyone so much for watching. I hope you all have a lovely day or night, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!